So I ate 2 little florets of broccoli. I think I'm finished for now. My cough has hit me with a vengeance. I probably should hit the albuterol. I just don't feel like it. Tea's nice, though. Actually, I think I am going to do the albuterol. So let me tell you about this hilariousness. So I'd like to know, the question is, how are Terry Weiss and Rachel Weiss related? If they are. Because there's plenty of stories on both of them. And don't you just love it that I was literally choking, coughing to death? Can you imagine pepper spray and then withholding this? Oh well. Literally just felt like the sole of a boot. A heavy duty boot. So as I said, taking hits of this vapor stuff and me not coughing, as a severe asthmatic patient, then pepper spraying me a whole fucking can of it and then refusing a rescue inhaler, thanks a goddamn lot. Hazed with alcohol and trippy Gooding. He was a homophobic prick before he got sick. So while the Mason County men have their date rape fun, you have people like me calling them on their shit. All seems so innocent and benign, doesn't it? Go out to a bar, accidentally get drunk, having a good time. Sure, I'll go home with you. What the fuck happened last weekend? People who are drugged can't consent. It's a very fine line that legal loves to point out. Oh, now wait a minute. Did you remove your knickers? Did you enjoy it? Since you enjoyed it, men don't get raped. Honest, how sick is that? Did you remove your bloomers? Did you enjoy it when he placed his hands on your buttocks? Did you moan as he was transferring some of his soul into you? Sickest fucking bunch of shit I've ever heard of in my life. Is that politically correct enough? Or fucking not? Where did I go to law school? I told them cannabis seeds were legal. So were opium poppy seeds and opium poppies. As long as you deadhead them and don't produce that fucking trash with them. No offense to anyone. Ask the DEA if you don't believe me, or their attorneys. Opium poppy seeds, as long as the alkaloids are washed off of them. The morphine and opium poppies, growing them, totally legal. They will try to stomp on people for growing opium poppies. The only thing illegal about them is if you allow the head to form and produce the stuff. However it works, I've watched them do it on videos. If as soon as the flower dies and you deadhead it and get rid of the seeds and that other shit before it forms and matures, totally legal. They will fight tooth and nail people growing fucking flowers. I understand the legislation. I also understand the bunch of bullshit loopholes they use. I also completely said, fuck you, Mitch McConnell. Hello, Chuck Schumer. Get the fucking damn shit done. Mitch McConnell's anti-cannabis because I do believe he does enjoy a good bourbon. That's what you get for calling me a junkie. You all called me far worse. Just like in Feud, Betty and Joan. Joni, you're bigger than this. No, I'm not. Don't do this. Do what? Take the night from her. It'll be seen exactly what it is. Revenge from a woman scorned. You'll get bad press. Better than no press. You're bigger than this. No, I'm not. Excepting for Anne Bancroft, Miss Joan Crawford. Just like when they're doing Baby Jane, and it was Gloria Swanson that was cheated of the Academy Award in 1950. Not you, bitch! Joan Crawford to Betty Davis. I know what you think of me. I know what you think of my mothering. It's only because I didn't have parents, or... God damn it. I had parents who didn't give a damn. I know what you think of me. I know what you think of my mothering. It's only because I had parents who didn't give a damn. So sitting up all night watching over my friend girls. Don't tell me I'm not a good mother. You can find that big stash of cash when you clean up the vanity. If you're crazy and you know it, clap your hands. If you're crazy and you know it, clap your hands. If you're crazy and you know it, and you really love to show it. If you're crazy and you know it, clap your hands. I really admire that man that lit up a joint in the courtroom. The people have already spoken. I really don't think the people want to see legalized recreational marijuana just to run around naked in the streets making love and not war. I think the American people are smart enough in this day and age with, the internet and news and stuff that they realize, man, we've got to generate revenue somehow. While most Americans are now smart enough to know alcohol is really fucking dangerous, but we need some type of stress relief. And just like my question for Officer Merrill, how many times were you injured playing football? Still hurts probably, doesn't it? God knows you like Corona. Ugh. How in the hell can you drink that shit? It's bad enough drinking Michelob Ultra. Speaking of Coronas, that was another thing they hazed me with back when I was 13 or 14. I think 14 is the age in most case files where they claim that kids can actually consent and it no longer becomes hazing. Even though the legal age is 21. That's just like the McLean case. It said, not for publication. Warning, not for publication. I said, what? I just found it. Publication. Publicized. I'm going to share it. Withholding blood pressure medication. And just like the Woodward case. Both cases denied at the higher court because, well, those inmates just didn't follow administrative protocol. What in the hell are you talking about, administrative protocol? I was pepper sprayed as a severe asthmatic patient and they withheld a fucking rescue inhaler. When they withheld an anticonvulsant, they said there was no paperwork to file. What the fuck are you talking about, administrative protocol? No offense to step on federal judges' toes. However, should I go ahead and out the straight one? Nah. At least the goddamn Fayette, no offense, at least that Fayette County woman judge had enough goddamn sense to know that withholding a benzo as a controlled substance for fucking seizures was excessive force no matter what the law says about controlled substances in facilities. I think it was a woman judge. And that's why Mason County likes to take their stuff to Covington, where half the garbage comes from anyway. That scene from the L Word, and I don't mean offense and racism at all. Is this black woman getting out of hand? Why is it every time a woman who has an opinion is seen as confrontational? One of the best scenes of that show. Let's see if I can find it. The L Word. Yolanda. I think I posted it a long time ago and they said it was copyrighted. I thought, well, nobody else has made the clip yet. The L Word, Yolanda Therapy. I think that was her name, Yolanda. Ah, there it is. But I don't have speakers on this computer. So there are clips of it. The L Word, Yolanda and Bet Therapy. Well, just type in the L word, Yolanda Therapy. Yolanda. Yolanda. It's hilarious. Why is it every time a woman has an opinion, she's seen as confrontational? But if you look at the literature, women are gaslit more often than men, especially medically. Oh, and of course, in law enforcement, anybody who doesn't just roll over and pull their pants down is seen as confrontational. My First Amendment audit proven quite fruitful, hasn't it? Like I said, I never wanted this goddamn auditing job. But you know why I did it, don't you? Them always fucking threatening me. You all go right ahead and have your goddamn fun. There's not a thing you can do about me talking about every fucking aspect of it. You can come at me, threatening to imprison me for talking about people. I'm the one who was sodomized by a fucking canine unit. Let's look up the other case files of it. If I can give one more person the strength to come forward with their story, I've done my job. I think I need another cup of tea. Like I said, the turkey anti-gay policy is annoying, but I couldn't pass up on these pretty dishes. You still watching that Andy Cohen Married to Medicine reunion? Hmm. Oven roasted broccoli. I'm actually not that hungry. I'm gonna have to call Ma Bell and have them do a hard reset on their end again. Download speed down to 30 megabits. Upload around 50. Even right, within 10 feet of the router. That's annoying. I'll have to do it if it doesn't get fixed by the weekend because I know it'll fuck with VPN and VoIP. Like I said, inhaling this vapor, an irritant, severe asthma, and they withheld a rescue inhaler. No offense, there is no administrative protocol in Mason County Detention Center, or at least there wasn't. I highly applaud Lisa Geary for starting the greenhouse and the cultivation certificate program. That's the way it should be, even in county facilities. Her being in the presence of federally illegal substances while campaigning in 2017. Well, not to sound flirty, beauty comes in many forms. Beauty does cover a multitude of sins, doesn't it? I'd never guess or know she's 62. Then again, they're good with filters and Photoshop. She was 57 in 2017. Fall festival. I wouldn't have guessed she was that old. No offense. She picked a good place to retire. Like I said, she and Mr. Boggs have been bronzed, like the Oscars, for quite some time. Kim Razor hadn't gotten her brass yet. And she looked a hot fucking mess. It was warm that day, though. My instant reaction was, surely to God, this is not the woman that's running for her. It is, isn't it? Well, hopefully she's real. But apparently not. Apparently not. It's not like I was asking Michelle Crawford questions that day as a journalist or a reporter. Their house smelled wonderful. Absolutely wonderful. Other than the poor cancer-ridden dog. So you're like us, huh? You know, Dad had plenty of guns. I hate guns, but... So Kim Razor and her questionable ethics. I don't mean to call you out so harshly. However, I have a few questions. I'm getting fatigued. It's not intoxication. And like I said, I thought the hardest thing in all reality would be eating with no teeth. Speaking with no teeth is so goddamn difficult, I had no clue. Speaking. Because everything feels like it's slurring, because the tongue just goes everywhere instead of the teeth being there to hold it in. But after the last time them slamming my jaw shut, I said to hell with them. Pull 'em, pull 'em, pull 'em, pull 'em. Cut 'em out, pull 'em. And it wasn't me falling. I woke up in my bed one morning to having my jaw slammed shut. You can ask Tiffany Prince about her experience with them, if they're not going to kill her. I saw she got arrested recently again for probably nothing after I had mentioned her knowledge of having jaws slammed shut and teeth shattered. I swear to God, I talked about her and her knowledge of what I was talking about, having jaws slammed shut and teeth shattered. Next thing I knew, she was arrested. With Mrs. Geary. And Garrett Cooper, too. Alert. There's no need for name calling. Oh, really, Brian? Really? Diastolic, systolic, apostolic. Just like people couldn't believe me. David Goldman and Goliath. The third eye. And Dr. Goldman and her sacral adjustments. Might as well be taking an injured deer and putting it out of its misery. You can ask Deborah about Dr. Goldman's adjustments. I really wish Debbie would try one of these. I think it might help her give up smoking real cigarettes, too. Mason County doesn't have this cool vape stuff. Not to my knowledge. And believe it or not, my smoker's cough has gotten better, even though this stuff can supposedly cause some form of pneumonia from all the extra liquid. Who knows? Nicotine, I swear to God, it's the devil. And I didn't turn to it until after they put me on Zoloft off label. And then I was stripping. Not for money. Van Ingram, the DEA, and the Canadians, I swear to fucking God. Right around the time Patrick and Christy were dating, courting each other long distance.